Camo
What did
is
I come back to?
pretty funny.
I'm just
Grant.
considering my options, Grant. I'm
What
not going
what
to
I
play.
want you guys to do
Ben?
is like tell each other like your favorite Pathfinder stories to like my new group. A lot of them are new, and I just want them to see like the craziness that can happen.
Well,
Well,
isn't it only really me and Brian that are new?
Hmm
Sean,
well,
to some
Ben's
degree.
thinking about playing the Mermonk. The other
Mermonk?
game.
Oh, who was it that like in your game, Mark, that did it?
Oh, they did it real bad.
Did it
It
real
was real bad. It was Joey.
bad. Yeah.
The poor Mermonk.
That poor Mermonk. So Jesse, how goes the half giantling stat block going with the 13 for P?
So far, I don't know. I'm kind of like comparing halfling to some of the various giant races, and
Yeah.
I'm like, what giant race do I even want to base this off of?
Yeah. It's like
It's tempting
the
to go with like
only
an
way I
ocean
think
giant.
because the only way I think I could make it work is like your dad has to be a halfling and your mom is a giant. Like there's no other way.
Sure.
There's no other way that could
Bro.
work.
Death by Snoo Snoo.
Well, there is another way it could work. It's just not very likely.
There is
Are
magic
you
in the
still
world.
recording, Patrick? The live stream?
Yes, but we are now on the second part. I broke it up
Okay,
into 2 streams.
So it's be like this is gonna be really long for one episode.
Yeah, not to mention YouTube, I'm pretty sure has a cutoff point at around 7 hours.
Yeah.
So I don't want to risk running into that.
By the way, I want to say that I talked to the druid. I need to request some stuff from him.
What do you want actually before start role playing?
Oh, I'm just going to request a very quiet and peaceful, like formed out. I don't know.
Yeah,
so
for
crafting.
So you see that like near the back of the ship there is actually a crafting room. It doesn't have like an anvil in it, but it looks like you could put stuff like that in there.
Ben, you could play Dudley.
I could play Dudley.
Do it.
Okay, I'm very lost.
Dudley's the treant, right? The redneck treant?
No, that's
Oh,
Rudis.
that's Rudis.
Dudley is a cavalier. He's human. He's a vegan. He has 7 intelligence, and he got his group in debt for 50,000 gold when he killed a shopkeeper because he thought he was trying to rip him off.
Specifically,
got a
he
lance
was
twice
stealing.
his size, and when he charges, he turns into a bolt of lightning. So,
well, he turns partial horse and then goes off as a bolt of lightning.
It's easy, simple.
Okay.
Brutus would be fun. He also played a redneck treant.
You want me to play
Brutus.
a barbarian? Is
Is
that what you want?
That's
I will.
what Rudis was.
Rudis was a barbarian. I will
With an
happily do it.
Earthbreaker.
I thought Rudis was a. I thought Rudis was a druid.
No, Rudis was a barb, dude.
Barbarian. I will play a barb. Say it. Sign the contract.
Sign the contract and blood. Let's go.
Yeah. I don't even have to do anything special. I can just play a regular barbarian with nothing, no archetype, and it will break the game.
Yeah.
Barbarians
What
are
level is it?
wild.
What level are they, Grant?
I think they're level 4 right now. They're a bit behind this
okay.
game because it's a once a month versus twice a month.
I see. Okay.
Let's
Ooh.
actually.
How do you feel about kitsunes, Grant?
That's fine if you want to do one. That actually kind of works with potentially. I'm also going to add you to. They call themselves the Demi Friends.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of which, we're the Rosebuds.
We're the rosebuds. It's his shed.
Shiwani came up with that name.
The Rosebuds. Sounds like something I do to a lady.
Oh my god. Well, that changes things.
Like that, I just added you to Discord and said Speedwagon just landed.
Because that's my default name on Discord because it's my.
Oh, but I like the just landed part because I just imagined Speedwagon like jumping, doing a JoJo pose, and landing in a JoJo pose.
It's more exciting than anything he actually did.
Hey Grant, do you really want to make an encounter really difficult for a party?
Oh, why?
So you have a caster, like a cleric or a wizard or whatever, but it doesn't use magic the same way as like regular Pathfinder rules. You do like the psionic point system.
Oh my God, I would love to just put like a giant psionicist.
That's what Nissan Pathfinder was, because the original game, that's how magic worked. So I just put a whole bunch of meta magics on him, because all you have to do is sacrifice the points for the meta magics, and I cast like 6 spells around.
Oh God.
Can I play a psionic class?
No.
All right, no psychic warrior. Okay.
A psychic warrior for you, Ben.
All right. But no occult book then.
Could do something out of the occult book if you want. Those classes aren't super crazy.
I'm about to say a good chunk of them are, like, from what I hear, really fun.
Yeah, they're like not like stupid powerful, but they are like fucking fun. There's one, I think the occultist is one I've been wanting to play for a while.
I've only heard about the
wild
kineticist.
stuff. Kineticist is pretty cool too. Ben, I think
Yes.
played. Wasn't Vlad a kineticist?
Yes,
No.
and I ended up not liking it very much, but I might have just judged it too harshly because Batman seems to be having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But no, the occult ones are neat, except medium is weird because if you fuck up, you turn into an NPC for a day.
Yeah, which is like the one part of medium. Like, wait, what? If they fuck up this thing, they're just like the DM has control of their character 100%.
It basically says hand your sheet to the DM and he plays your character. It's so strange.
You got possessed. Oops. DM is the thing possessing.
Bro, you
What?
can have. Ask if you can play a malefactor.
I don't think that I can, dude.
What is
That
a
doesn't-
malefact? Oh, that's the
5?
cursed druid, right?
No, it's the It's effectively the reverse bard, but with unluck. Basically, you make people's fumble ranges larger, and you cause misfortune on the battlefield. It's like
This
the
is a
ultimate
fif-
Jinx character.
What is this? This isn't based on anything. It's a third-party class. No,
Yeah.
no, I don't like it.
The level 20 ability is God, when you reach level 20, the crit range for everyone is 1 to 5. Or the fumble range.
Fumble. So literally, they just are always fumbling.
Yeah, and you can force people to re-roll their things or force fumbles.
Level 20 unlucky monk. It's like literally, it's like, well, you can never hit me.
Alright. So, where'd I get this screwdriver? I did it again.
Where did you get that screwdriver?
I have no idea. I picked something. I have this habit of picking things up, and I have no idea where I get them, but I just have them. So at some
Are you
point,
fucking kidding me? You're a real life kinder, dude?
I was thinking the same thing.
God damn it.
Wait, what?
He's real life Kender. It's a halfling from
Dragonlance.
Oh.
I have a bad habit of literally picking things up and not realizing I've picked them up, and then I'm sitting down at some point and just like, there's a thing in my hand, and I'm like, the hell is this? Where'd I get it?
Where did I pick this up?
Kinders are basically halflings that are just overly curious about everything. They're all nomads or whatever. And they have the habit of just picking something up and just walking off with it, and they don't remember how they got it. That's what, and they're considered little thieves.
I've always wanted to put a word to what I do that wasn't kleptomaniac, because it's not intentional.
You're
you're
a
just
fucking
a
kinder,
kinder.
dude. Like legit. Most famous kinder, fucking Tasselhoff Burfoot. Oh, Kinder are also immune to fear. They don't know what it is, and they don't feel it.
That makes sense.
I think we're just waiting on Otto, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm being
Julius was
bombarded.
just being Julius during this time.
So what-
Uh-huh.
I feel
So
like
you-
he's inspecting his sword. Like, are you doing anything with your sword? Because you literally just you have a 1/4 completed ancient moon blade. Like this
No, the
sword is
novelty's worn off by
over
now.
2,000 years old.
Well, you didn't see what I typed in the chat, did you? Heads to the front of the ship, sits down,
Oh, I
begins to
didn't see
meditate.
that. No, yeah.
That's after I did some other things, which have been private messages to people.
Oh,
Oh,
not to
boy.
me. Fucking factor me into that, my guy. You gotta know what's
Oh, well.
going on.
You
I'll
wrote
let
it
you
in
know
chat.
I should do secret things. I bet I'd be
don't
good
mind.
at it.
All right. You first, Ben.
Grant, you don't mind if the name doesn't match the area, right? You don't care.
Doesn't mind.
Great.
All right. So you want us to tell stories about our adventuring days, right? Grant.
Yeah.
So here's a lesson on never give your players super duper overpowered items. So one time, our dungeon master Pate gave me a really, or didn't give me, but he presented us with this magical intelligent armor. It had its own mind, and it can take over your body. One of the abilities was as a free action. As a swift action, use Dimension Door at your character level. I then modified it to make it as a free action. So if you take all your actions down to swift and free, you can effectively do 4 dimension doors. And depending on your level, that's the difference between going 70 miles an hour to Mach 1.
I remember this.
So whenever we needed to get somewhere, I'm like, all right, hey, can I dimension door into the air? He's like, yeah. I'm like, sweet. I'll meet you guys there in 3 days. And then I just go. I even used it in a fight once against a Totori monk. That was a half golem. I basically couldn't get out of his grip, so I dimension doored all the way into the upper stratosphere.
Right back.
Oh my god.
And I passed out. Well, luckily for me, the armor can take over if I'm unconscious. And that's when Pate started enacting fall damage as a multiplier depending on your speed. So when you hit terminal velocity, you're effectively going to take 10d6. God, what was it? It's 10d6 times 16 or something like that. At first, if you're trying to slow down, but if you're going the fastest, it's times 50. And luckily for me, the other dude passed out. So I landed just fine. The other guy was a literal meteor.
I've returned.
Welcome back.
So it's sad the toaster oven at the Subway is out of commission, so I could not get a toasted sandwich.
So is your mom.
Damn.
Blame the coronavirus.
What state do you live in?
Washington.
I'm very sorry.
Why?
Pub subs, bro.
Oh, the pub. Yeah.
Gold standard for subs.
It was in the special state.
No, we are a pretty special state. Ooh, this is a good wrap. Mm.
Kind of feel like ordering some food.
Okay, so now that we still have a lull in the play, I can actually like go through my. So I've been trying to add spells to my prepared spells whilst doing the role playing. I'm just like, God damn it! It's such a
Yeah.
process.
Casters are a whole thing, bro.
Mm-hmm. Like, I find it funny that I can at least somewhat do it because, yeah, it's extra bookkeeping, but
Once you get it rolling, it's not nearly as bad.
yeah.
And hilariously, the spell list grows smaller the higher level you get, so...
Yeah,
Mhm.
because like some spells just become like less, effective or just less viable.
Yeah. Like after
Why
level
would I want
4...
something that gives me a +1 to something when I already have a +18 to it? Okay.
Sometimes that +1 will make a difference, bro.
Oh, that's true. That's true. As I was saying that, I was thinking that. I'm just like,
Like when you start fighting things that require True Strike to be able to hit their AC when you're rolling high, you're gonna need it. True Strike is a spell that gives you +20 to your next attack.
which is definitely different than how it was in 5th edition. True Strike sucks as a cantrip in 5th edition.
Oh, it's a level 1 spell in Pathfinder. I think it's a wizard spell. It's very situational.
I've found out that don't even bother with True Strike in 5th edition because you just might as well attack twice. Cause
Yeah. Well, that's because stuff in 5th edition is all capped out, which makes it really nice and easy. Whereas Pathfinder and 3.5, it's all numbers game, and eventually we'll get to the point where the numbers are just too retarded.
Yeah, I got a +30 to hit, and
it gets way worse, dude. Like if you have a DM that lets you get away with certain things, it gets dumb. Like, oh man,
it's dumb.
My character just crit. Since I crit, I cast 2 spells for free, and that's an ability from a prestige class called God, Eldritch Knight.
Oh no.
At 10th level, when you crit, you can cast a spell from your prepared spells for free, and it doesn't take. I think it takes the spell as though you're regularly casting it. So it's like, oh man, I hit with my great sword, and I also cast fireball at the same time, or lightning bolt. Excuse me.
Okay, what the hell is a masterwork item or weapon? Because, like,
it's the same as anything else, except the item needs to be masterwork in order to enchant it. So it has to be masterwork to enchant it. Then it has to have a +1 to add more. So there's some steps.
okay,
But it basically is like, I think it's like an extra 150 gold to make a thing.
It depends
Masterwork.
on the thing. Weapons cost more than armor to make masterwork.
I asked because there's a spell. There's a spell I can prepare called Masterwork Transformation, and it's like you can make the thing a masterwork. I'm just like, for what though? Like
It's
mainly
useful
for the
in
purposes
in low power games.
Yeah.
When you don't have access to a lot of money and you're not being rained on by magic items, but you want to enchant something and you don't have enough money to enchant and buy masterwork, or don't have time.
I mean, I don't really need it because we do have a crafter, so.
Yeah. There's a ton of spells like that.
So Grant,
I don't think he's back yet.
he's not back yet. God damn it.
I'm just trying to figure out. So, hey, get off my. No, fuck off. Fuck off. flies buzzing around my food, and I don't like it.
You had a question.
Oh, so yeah, so I picked my level 1s. I've got 2 level 2s. I just need to pick 2 more. I'm just... Yeah, Bear's Endurance and Grace.
What level are we on now?
Well,
6.
yeah, the 6.
No. For what level of casting are you talking about filling in?
Oh, 2. This is your level 2 spells. Like, I'm looking at Tark's big holy book of clerical optimization. Kind of help. Like, I know I'm very min-maxy, but that's just how my brain... Like, I'm not trying to break the game when I do it. It's just how my brain works. And if I'm new to something, I want to do something as efficiently as possible.
Well, that's really funny because cleric is like one of the easiest classes, yet one of the hardest classes because it's one of the main spellcasters. Cleric, you're gonna get to a point where like you don't care about feats. Like you'll get meta magic feats just because you have an extra feat to spend.
Really?
You don't need
Yeah.
anything. You have a spell for it.
Exactly. All your spells are always better than a feat, or maybe most equipment.
All right, I'm back.
All right.
Grant,
What's up?
is Ubos ready for us?
Yes, finally.
It is. Give me just a second to finish getting pulled in. I just had to take a massive shit.
Nice.
Forever recorded to the stream, just like you almost fucking falling off your chair.
And you got the 2 chat logs that I sent you, Grant?
Give me a second. What did you say, Ryan?
I said, did you get the 2 separate chat logs that I sent you? 2 different people.
Yes. That
Alright.
is generally when stuff like that needs to know. You just let me know that's what you're doing ahead of time, or like CC me in that and like something.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I would plan or not plan accordingly.
Iron Skin's pretty good, but it's just for you.
So, Ben, are you gonna want to continue with them to you, Bose, or like, are you gonna want to drop here?
No, I'll drop here. I'm probably just gonna mute myself. And then I'll randomly disconnect at some point.
Go on ahead and you drop Grimnir off at a port.
Bye, Grimnir.
It's the last thing Grimnir says and does.
Don't contact me.
Wow. I was gonna say safe travels, brother, but okay, fine.
Don't contact me.
That sewer sludge stuck in his nose and is making him grumpy.
Shiwani, as he hears that, he goes, "You'll contact us," and then points to himself and gives him a thumbs up.
God damn it.
Right.
Alright.
Shiwani gets what you're putting down.
Yeah, okay. Well, Grimnir takes off. Still.
I'm gonna have to cover this, aren't I? Damn it. Yeah. There. That'll work. Yeah.
We went through a life or death situation. What do you have to say to? Don't contact me.
It's like, don't even fucking talk to me.
I hate you all. Never speak to me again.
Better not hear from any of you.
He'll be back.
They always come back.
So, Brian, I'm just gonna go over something with you really quick. All a percentile dice from you, the D100.
Yes. 89.
Uh-oh. I've heard that noise from Grant before.
Does my head explode?
No.
Overthinking shit?
No, so you hear in your head, who are you that you hold this blade and not get burned by my justice? Where are my descendants?
Mm.
You hear that in your head meditating when you hold the sword.
Shiwani knocks his head a little. He feels like he's picking up different wavelengths.
Oh, Shiwani doesn't hear this.
No, I know.
Okay.
No, I'm making a joke about the red dragon.
Okay.
Well, I just think to myself, I'm not quite sure who I am myself.
It's your heritage. Who is your mother? Who is your father? How are you able to wield me?
With my hand.
Do I actually know or remember who they are?
You know
I
who
think
your
it's-
dad is, because you
Okay.
fucking snuck in and stole the sword.
Mhm. Did we ever actually come up with a name for that? I don't
Punch
think
the
we did.
sword
I
and
didn't
scream, "Get out of my
figure it out
sword!"
right now. What's your dad's name? What's your elven father's name?
Uh, I don't know any elf names off the top of my head besides the
I'll
last
just
name.
say his name is Airward.
Airward Yor.
Descendant of Vendina Ward. You're not a full elf. Impressive that you're able to wield me. I am not completely whole yet. I'm at a merely quarter of my strength. Do you seek to use me for justice?
Fuck
I honestly don't know.
All I know is that earlier you used me to strike down an evil creature, which goes along with my planning. But if you were to use me to harm an innocent or to use me maliciously, I will resist you.
Duly noted.
There will be consequence.
Do you know where the other stones are?
Here it's kind of like quiet for a minute. It goes, I cannot feel them, but if they are close, I will be able to feel my descendants.
Very well. Let me know and I will return them.
Good. Must be whole again. We are the pride of the elven lands. We have ruled centuries gone by. First gem
Boy.
that you inserted into me was put in by a worshiper of a god that no longer exists. Its name has faded into memory, but we are still able to use the holy power of the world. Cautious in your adventures. Do not lose us. And then you feel it's like disconnected and it's quiet.
Sorry, swallowed something wrong.
Well, I think I stand up and I head below deck.
That's what I did when I had a
Okay.
experience.
Got a little too much sun.
Yeah, Julius is a little tan now.
Yeah, I've literally been sitting on the deck since we left.
I figured like you strip down like your overcoat and your hood, so you're just basically there and like, you're basically just there with like your rolled up pant legs and shirtless, meditating with your moonblade. It is hot out. You got some good, like you're a little tan now. You're no longer just a pale boy.
Alright, all this being said, I think it's time I made a meal for everyone.
Oh no.
Yes, in fact, say if you're saying that in character, yes, we need to celebrate Fire Singer's death.
I'm a little sad about this, but I take some of the crocodile or some of the alligator from my claws and fangs, and I add it in with some of the dire swordfish meat, and I begin cooking it.
I called on Mikhail too. We need to have a drink.
So how's the meal I create, Grant? Is it good? Other than the fact that it's got some of my germs?
22. It's good because you didn't use any from like your teeth, but when you ripped it apart, you just like were able to like have like a handful of meat in your claws. and you kind of use it to build like a gator stock, which is very like gamey. And you mix it in with like the lighter swordfish taste, which is actually pretty good.
Nice.
And you're able to make like a nice like meaty stew with some of like the hardtack that you have, and it's like for a seafaring meal, it's a good meal.
I imagine I use some of our seasoning that I've gotten as well.
Yeah, you use just a couple pinches of seasoning, nothing too crazy.
Cool. I lay out the fancy spread that's not that fancy. And tell everyone, eat some of my food.
All right, well, I'll, I guess, join in on this, and
I look at Julius and I go, why sit on ship so long?
I had a headache.
Roll me bluff.
he wasn't lying, was he? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm also going to roll a sense motive.
Not a good look. None of the other stats.
Kitty.
Shiwani, he just lied to you.
So Shiwani sees Julius as a friend. So Shiwani says, probably get headache from bad lie.
I laugh at him and continue to drink.
Shiwani just lets it go.
Yeah, is there anything else you guys want to do while you guys have a little bit of downtime?
I wish to ask Daedalus if he if anything came of that Nemean lion fang that I gave to him, the present.
Nope. Not yet.
Yeah.
I tell him that I used it to make scribbles.
Used it to make scribbles.
Got a phone call. I'll be back.
I also flex at Professor Pugil and Mikhail just to say, all these people aren't very smart, are they?
They not smart at all.
Flex back, Mikhail goes, no. Very weak. Do you guys want to do pull-ups on the rafts later?
I
Hell
say
yeah.
sure. And
A little
after
bit
the
later
meal-
that evening, you see Mikhail, Professor Pugil, and Shiwani doing like pull-ups off like the mast. They're
Perfect.
working out. Goes da, yeah, da.
Okay.
Because
Go
this has
ahead,
been
Ken.
about 2 or 3 days. You got another like 2 days before you reach Ubos.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to do, or any other role play you want to go? If we can do that, or if not, otherwise we can just skip and land at Ubos.
So the only other thing I need to do is just that while we're on the trip, periodically I am trying to conjure magic.
Yeah, you're able to. You've realized after a couple days and a little bit of actually practice with Daedalus, you're only able to conjure magic when you rage.
I'm back.
Then you notice, and you're able to look into reflection that when you rage,
yeah.
you never noticed before, because you haven't seen yourself, but your appearance changes. Your your scales become more of a darker red. Instead of like some light scalage, they become like almost plated.
And
You look almost draconic when you
So-
rage.
How amazing is that?
so for my part, I do want to at least like look into it, maybe converse with Shiwani on it, because this definitely would concern Otto, because his like he knew that his that Shiwani's a fairly intimidating person, but like this whole red scale thing, and then the fact that he's
Yeah,
now
roll
shooting
me-
magic.
This would be actually Daedalus, because this is arcane. So roll me a knowledge arcana, and you would roll me. I guess a knowledge arcana would work as well for you, but it would be easier for Daedalus.
You're right.
Everything's easier for Daedalus.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll probably pretty low. Oh, I didn't roll too bad.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're unable to get it. For you was a DC 15. For Daedalus, it was
Oh,
a 10, but he like knocked it out of the park. Yeah, Daedalus, you can tell for 100%. You can tell Otto this is he is a what's referred to commonly as like a blood rager. Normal barbarians when they rage are able to access some sort of totemic power. It looks like Shiwani's able to tap into an ancient bloodline of his, which for all intents and purposes looks to be like a red dragon. Is able to use the power from that heritage in his rage now.
Your rage power is tapping into your ancestors' blood, and it's making you start to appear like a probable red dragon.
You know, like again, that red dragons are normally like evil dragons, but bloodline and the abilities drawn from that doesn't reflect
Yeah,
on the
Reds
wielder.
tend to be a bit mean, but it's past that point, so it doesn't really matter.
All right, so then I guess my question would be, so is it possible for the evil from the Red Dragon to take over Shiwani, or for him to be tempted by it, or
No,
is he
it's not.
completely in control?
If it
No,
looks
yeah,
like
he's
a sorcerer, I'm gonna say no.
yeah,
I don't know.
it's not possible. It's like you wouldn't be able to be taking control of the magic that you cast. It's just something that you're able to tap into and use.
So then the question is,
It's essentially at this point it's an extension of himself. It's like if you were born and your dad is tall, like your dad can't control you because you're tall.
but I am accessing knowledge.
But you are accessing knowledge, which it's like coded in your bloodline itself.
So now
it's not like he's like the knowledge is. It's not like there's a thought in you or like another presence in you. It's you're pulling knowledge that doesn't belong to you.
Yeah.
Belong
So
to your
can
ancestor.
but I can also then access traits. Can I not?
Yeah, certain traits you feel like as you get stronger, the bloodline will also become like you'll become more attuned to the bloodline. That could grant you more draconic abilities.
You're not gonna pull traits from the dragon's personality, and he's not gonna be talking.
Yeah,
to you through your spirit.
Daedalus, the worst thing that could happen out of this is that he might grow wings when he gets angry.
Yeah, that's what I say. I'm like,
You
the
can
worst thing
give that to Otto.
happens for people of your kind is, you start growing like wings and other like truly
More
high
draconic
bloodline.
features, yeah.
So
Well,
Otto,
I meant like for the people like him that grow bloodline powers and all. It's just like they usually take some like actual physical trait eventually down the road. So like you would probably be wings, but that's it.
So Otto's just gonna turn to Shiwani and go, so no doubt these will definitely be boons for us when we fight this great evil, but I strongly recommend Shiwani. In fact, I will just tell you right now, do not do this when we are out in public unless it is absolutely necessary. And even then, and I just kind of think about it and go, yeah, just try not to use your magic or your rage when we're out and about in towns or cities, because people will try to hurt you, Shiwani.
I kind of pat him on the other side. I'm like, the surface races are full of stupid people. Okay, you just gotta like act like you're cool.
I just kind of like nod in agreement, like there's just no argument from me here.
So we just
Like-
just to recap because I missed a bit of that. What did you tell me to do exactly?
I told you, so do not use your rage ability. Like if we're in like a public area, like a city, town, whatever, and basically try not to use these abilities willy-nilly, because this will draw attention to yourself as well as us. And I know for a fact that some areas will see us as heretics and will try to either kill us outright or at the very least imprison us. And while others will probably try to study you in probably less friendly manners, as Mr. Daedalus here. But you know, and another thing too is, as I'm saying this, my guy's kind of coming to terms with the fact that, like, so he's familiar with, obviously, with divine magic, and he knows arcane magic exists, but like as far as like what he understood was like most arcane, like he hasn't really run into much arcane magic, so the idea of natural like art magic that you just tap into from your being is definitely a very new experience for him. So he's just like, wow, so magic is definitely a lot more complicated than they really taught us, or that I was taught anyway. I don't know. I said us, but I haven't really decided if I was part of a school or not. Anyway.
Well, from the sounds of it, I mean, Shiwani's definitely going to sort of nod in agreement. He kind of understands, obviously, since you know the information he is tapping into has affected him. He's not sure why he sees treasure differently, but I would assume it's most likely because now he understands the value.
Yeah, like dragons give a crap about the value. It's like it's just shiny.
Well, I mean, that would be part of the blood, but he's always had the blood. But now he has a reason to actually...
Now your blood's activating.
Yeah. So then that was probably why. Alright then.
Okay.
Yep.
So now we got out of the way.
It's a great
So Mikhail looks
mystery.
down and goes, "Now that we've got out of the way, let us finish sailing to you, boss."
Now we need to find a way to make a couple tens of thousands of gold.
Factories? Yes, I know. Wait, what were you saying?
Tens of thousands of gold.
We are adventurers. That comes naturally.
I sure hope so.
Hey,
We
you
should go to a
guys,
capital city, though.
say, what was that?
We should go to a capital city.
Technically, you just came from a capital city, but you left in a hurry.
Yeah, we should go to a capital city where we don't immediately piss everyone off.
Well, it's not our fault. Their magistrate was evil.
Well,
So yeah, you guys finished sailing to Ubos, and Patrick, as you approach the island, you remember this from about 35, maybe 40 years ago,
makes sense.
when you were a younger lizard man. You stopped by here, not really of your own volition. You literally kind of washed up. You were adventuring on with the crew, and their ship sank, and you kind of just like swimming and eating things you found in the sea,
Sounds like
drinking rainwater, and then eventually you found your way on the island. There was some sort of like civil war happening here that you helped with, and then you kind of just wandered off on a ship to take a nap and woke up on another island. You really haven't been back since, but you do remember the pretty one that made you feel really good.
Oh yeah,
Is
it's
that
all
like an
coming back to
accurate
me now.
description of what would happen to Shiwani?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Hmm.
The only thing is, I imagine this Civil War, I probably didn't actually do all that much. I was probably kind of just basking on the beach, and then things kind of unfolded.
Yeah.
And I was just in the wrong place at the right time. That's what I would imagine, anyway. Alright, so, since that, I kind of pointed out to, like, everyone, like, hey, Shiwani no island. This where pretty one live.
Ah, yes, the pretty one. Oh, I'm actually
Shiwani,
anxious to see your kin there, Shiwani.
kin dead. All kin dead. But pretty one live here.
Oh, I'm sorry, Shiwani, and I just kind of like.
Plus strange looking creatures live here, with tails and sharp teeth. All say Shiwani very strong.
Where is the kitty meowing at here? Is it this thing?
No one's gonna respond to that.
We
sorry, I
don't
got
question
distracted.
Shiwani anymore.
Yeah, we're. Well, I kind of figure what you're talking about.
What am I talking about?
Other lizard men, but like
Oh,
the
okay, good.
non-crocodilian kind.
Yeah, the weird creatures.
Yeah, the weird creatures.
I have become predictable. All right then.
Yeah, sorry.
Just had to make sure.
Yeah, you're at that point now.
I'm
Where,
like fascinated with magic items at the moment, so I'm kind of like a recipe at the moment.
So I think a good place to start is, what do I know about this town, Grant?
Town.
Give me just a second.
Wait, did we travel to another location?
Yeah, we're
Roll,
Evos.
roll knowledge. This would be a knowledge history, actually.
Knowledge
Ooh.
history, huh?
Knowledge
Me-
history or geography.
Wait,
Whichever
how
would
long
be
were we
higher.
on the boat?
We're on the boat for like 6 days.
Oh,
That's
somehow
why I was
missed
asking
that.
if there's anything we wanted to do.
Oh,
Yeah.
another thing.
Not
another
that we
thing,
have enough
Grant,
gold to do anything, so we need to sell some
I might
things.
be a bit late for this now, and if it is, that's fine. I was wondering if, like, during those days on the boat, I could like pray to
That was a shit roll.
Aten to see if I could get more guidance on our
You-
journey.
Roll me a knowledge religion.
All right, cool. Knowledge,
I'll just say 1 for the whole thing.
Meh. I got a 15 on the religion.
Nothing really happens.
Yeah. All right. It's okay.
You get a
I'm
10
used to the
answering
silent-
machine.
It's like I'm used to the silent treatment. It's fine. You know. Nah.
You're
Hey, what's going
"That's what
on?"
this being a worshiper is. Ha 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 ha.
Hey, what's going on? It's a 10. Psych! I'm actually out right now. But if you want to leave me a message, just do so after the hymn.
Oh yeah, him. Right. Hallelujah.
Alright, so, I mean, I jump off into the fucking, like, onto the island.
Oh,
So
all right.
who
Don't wait.
who rolled geography?
Oh, I got
I
knowledge
got a
history.
yeah,
Sorry, you wanted
you would-
geography?
No, it's either or.
Oh, okay. So I got a 19.
Yeah, so you know that this is an island. There's a lot of really monstrous races on this. Listening to him talk about like the pretty one, it kind of made you realize like there's not really a lot of lizard men on here. There's a lot of serpent folk. Like basically the 3 major components of this island
Sorry.
are serpent folk. Hold on, let me pull it up actually. I had it written down. Yeah, there's serpent folks on this island, monkey goblins, and then a species called wyverns, which they're basically a combination of kobolds and wyverns. Are the 3 primary species, and you know that the lizard folks are very subservient to the serpent folks because they're a monster species. Like they are not monster species, but they have more like arcane knowledge in them, and they can innately command and compel creatures that may be weaker than them.
Interesting.
Well,
Shiwani's
no
just-
time like the present. I follow Shiwani.
You're gonna swim in there? Well,
No, you don't even need to swim. You could, and if you want to, you could literally fly.
Oh, is
You
it
could
nighttime?
Oh, it's not nighttime yet. You're right. I'm sorry. It's still
Yeah.
day.
Okay.
Like, what if I could? But bloop bloop bloop.
So yeah, so
Um,
I imagine I'm walking up on the beach by now.
you swim to Ubos. What are you gonna do, Patrick? Because you roughly remember where the village where the pretty one is.
I'm gonna basically head there. So
Roll
What do I
me
need to
a
make?
survival check. Yeah, so you go and you're able to kind of. Hold on, what would a 19? very roughly get in the area of is everyone following him?
Julius is.
Julius is. Both of you make me con saves.
Sorry, what are we
Okay.
doing?
Should've known
Why am I
better to
making a
follow
con?
me.
I was just gonna
I
go
know
on
at
the
this point,
on the
I'm like, I have
boat.
no
Like,
Well, no, he's talking about me and Shiwani.
Yeah, I'm talking about Shiwani and Julius.
oh, okay, okay.
Fuck.
You said everybody, and I'm just like, why?
No, I didn't say everyone. I said like everyone with him.
Oh,
Yeah, you see them both like swim to shore or like basically walk to shore and then like start going into the trees. Then you see them fall down. Then you see two green arms grab them both and start dragging them away.
Shit.
Lovely.
Grant, how are you gonna tell me you're not targeting me? I
Never
walked onto
go
a beach.
alone, Patrick. You're just making rookie mistakes. But it's worth it. So, does anyone gonna go to try to follow him?
Yeah, because our buddies just got yanked.
Shiwani,
Patrick,
Shiwani remembers
Your
this.
roll is actually high enough. You hear like a couple people talking. You're not like fully out. Like you're paralyzed and coming in and out. But you hear something. You hear goes, "Oh my god, my stupid fucking dad." And then you fall back asleep.
My stupid fucking dad.
Okay.
Ooh.
You
This
don't
is gonna be
see
good.
anything, but that is like you like come to for a second because you hear that you hear talking, and then that's like what sticks to you. Like it's like almost like they're speaking quietly, but it's like he's almost yelled it out. Then you fall back into unconsciousness.
Did he say this in common or was it in like
Nope,
another...
he's talking in lizard folk.
Oh, okay. It's my stupid.
So draconic then.
Oh yeah, draconic. So you would know. So we'll say that like once your thing awakens, you know lizard folk because that just would be
Yeah, we
easier.
already
'Cause
went
you-
over this. I basically
Yeah,
added
you would've-
it, but
yeah.
with a question mark.
Because you would have learned it when you were on this island. Because you were on this island for like close to a year. So you speak lizard folk, and
Okay.
that's what you hear before you go unconscious. The rest of the party, you just saw two of your party members get scooped.
Scoop.
This is great.
Oh, I
Great.
just realized I have not divvied up my skill points. I thought I did, and I didn't. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna be falling, but in a like how deep's the way? Like he just swam up to this
So
island,
wait.
right?
What do we
You're
look like?
basically
they
are
in
like
a
pulled
forest?
up. Oh yeah, they just started walking into the forest because basically like Shiwani got excited and like a dog on a boat just kind of like jumped in and swam. And
Yep.
Julius is like, oh fuck!
Not
Like Julius
description.
has been traveling up. It's like I can't let him go alone.
Mhm.
So he jumped in after him. So you guys were when you guys were still pulling up. They were already on the island. They started Shiwani started walking in, and you saw when they were like maybe like 10 feet in, they just dropped, and you saw like multiple scaly colored arms grab both of them and just like pull them off the road.
By the way, I just want to address this real quick, Grant. You said rookie mistakes, but realistically, all I'm doing is playing in character.
And no, you're just playing a dumb character, and I love it. This is Patrick. This isn't bad. This is actually good in what you wanted.
Exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, are you guys gonna go to try to follow him?
Yeah, I mean, I
Roll
was just
me,
trying to figure out how
everyone-
we were following him because you said he
It
swam.
takes unless you want to like jump out and swim, you'd have to wait like maybe like an extra like minute to get docked.
Ugh.
You're wearing like medium armor, so you may drown. I will make you make swim checks.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I don't have
I'm
that
gonna wait.
problem,
I'm gonna wait until we dock. I'm just gonna be
waiting.
telling Mikhail to just kind of like, hey man, our
So yeah,
buddies just got grabbed.
he gets it as close as he's like da yeah oh, and he like
How many
he's
people are
using
still on the boat?
Most of us.
So basically,
I'm on the boat.
Shiwani got excited, jumped and swam off. Julius was like, "Oh fuck, that's not good," and went after him. They both like just fell over and then were dragged off.
Me go save the. I hop up on the side of the rail and I'm getting ready to jump in.
Go for it. Just roll me a swim check.
I'm giving my party members a chance to stop me.
Oh, hold on. Let's get in the boat first. Let's get in the rowboat first. There, champ. We'll get him.
Me need no boat.
If Professor Puzel wants to go, you're only like maybe you're like 40 feet away from like completely being docked on shore. It's like Professor Puzel looks and goes, "I can swim that easy."
Yeah, okay, but last time someone went alone, they just got grabbed. So let's all go together so that like they don't just pick us off like candy, you know, or whatever.
Like candy.
I don't know. This is like
that sounds smart.
kingdom.
Are you Professor?
I wish I was there for this.
Yeah, it takes him about it takes Mikhail about 5 minutes, but he's able to like pull it in safely where they're not going to get stuck. And is basically, you don't even need rowboats. You're able to just kind of like climb down off the side onto the beach. And maybe like knee deep water, but so it's got to be deep enough for him to kind of be able to push himself off. You guys are there. You guys just have to go track him down. So go roll survival checks.
Okay, well that'd be whoever's good at survival. That's not me.
I think that was me.
I'm okay at it.
I could probably put it, maybe next time around I'll put a rank,
Yeah.
like a rank in it because I do get.
Yeah, me and you were the only ones good at survival checks.
And of course, you guys are the ones that. You guys are dumb.
Look, Julius is the only one who made a stupid decision here. I was totally in character.
So yeah, you guys start rolling survival
How
checks.
big is this island anyway?
It's big. Like there's like a mountain.
give it a shot.
Professor Puzel, you pick up the track immediately.
Meanwhile, I was
You
about
look,
to go
you're
the
like,
wrong
here.
way.
Like you grab Otto by the shoulder as he was about to walk in the complete opposite direction.
No, me best tracker this way.
Yeah,
right.
you go and you chase him down. As you're getting like you hit another bump, and then you look up. You're awake now, and you're in like kind of a wooded, thatched, almost like a cabin. You look up and you see Pretty One. She's staring down at you.
Oh no.
Death by Stew.
But she's kind of like looking over, like she's behind your head, and she's like looking down, leaning over you, and she goes, "Shiwani?"
Shiwani goes, "It's you again, me find!"
Yeah, what are you doing here? And you go, you hear in the back, you go, "I'm gonna kill him. I swear to God, I'm gonna kill him." You go, "Stop it! You can't say that about. You can't say that." Shiwani, I want to introduce you to someone.
Fuck.
Oh no.
I can see the Jerry Springer segment now. Help, my father's retarded.
Am I conscious for this?
No, you're still unconscious. You're like just starting to like wake up a little bit. Like you were groggy.
Shiwani
you
says...
you see what actually what you recognize, what he called the Pretty One, actually, Julius, isn't a lizard man or woman, it's a serpent folk. And you see walk around the corner is a kind of a mix between the two. He looks like a crocodile, but a lot more like slender and lean, where Shiwani is just straight bulk. And she goes, "I would like you to meet Crag, son."
Well, hold on. Is she saying this in lizard folk, right?
No, she's because you guys aren't there. This is just Shiwani's woken up in this fucking hut.
Yeah.
She
Right,
tells
well,
that
you said Julius woke up, so.
Yeah, what's the language?
No, Julius doesn't understand it because they're speaking
Okay.
lizard folk, unless
Yeah,
you know
that's what
lizard
I was
folk.
asking.
So she goes,
Shiwani.
"This is Crag, her son."
Shiwani looks at Crag and goes, "Sun usually much brighter."
He throws a dagger at you.
Can I make a check to see if I catch it?
No, because I'm gonna see how well he does. He did. Fuck. He throws a dagger and it sinks like inches away from your face. He goes, "I am not your son."
Ooh.
Then turns and leaves the room.
I look.
Quick,
I look
quick
at.
question.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
So we're inside.
Yeah.
Is it dark in here?
Because there's like
It has to be
windows.
nighttime.
Also, you can't move. Like Brian, you were like paralyzed.
Okay.
You were just starting to wake up. Like Shiwani can like move a little bit, but you're like, I can't feel my arms and my legs.
Very well.
If only someone knew how to remove that.
So I mean,
Yeah,
do I see
guys-
Julius?
Yeah, Julius is like maybe 4 feet to your right. Like just splayed out on the ground, not moving, but his eyes are moving.
So I go over. I like poke Julius and I point and go, "That pretty one."
I just look at him like,
Help!
help.
I attempt to pick him up and stand him up. What happens?
He falls to the ground. Like you're actually also, Patrick, aren't able to move super well. Like you're very sluggish. It's like if you've ever if you've ever been knocked out for like a surgery, Patrick, you're like
God.
able to move like that. Like everything is hard to move. Like you have to focus 100% of your effort to like stand and move properly.
Look, bro, I had my shoulder sucked out by an 8-year-old. I think I can handle this.
No, but it's not the fact of like pain. It's there's a drug in your system.
No, all right. Okay, so I'm not smart enough to deduce this. So I just keep thinking like I've forgotten how to stand. So I'm just like me forget how to move.
Yeah, the rest of the party, you run and follow the trail, and you break open and you see a valley before you with a lot of stone, almost terracotta like houses. And you see in the middle of this huge, what basically just a city, is a large step pyramid, kind of like almost like an Aztec pyramid. And the city's kind of like
ziggurat?
Aztec in design. Yeah, it's a ziggurat. That's what I'm looking for. You see a giant ziggurat in the middle of the city, and like stone houses, some of clay, some of stone, and there's some of like wood. But that is what you see, and that is where the trail left, and that is where we are going to end the session.
Very
What?
well.
Boy.
Oh, this is just the best part. We just
So, yeah.
Good.
this
That's a
is
good-
this
good
is this is
place to-
amazing. This is everything I wanted.
I hope you're
Shiwani
happy,
can die
Patrick.
happy now.
Oh no.
Well, that might happen if you're not careful.
Because you're like Grant's picking on me. I'm like, Patrick, no, I'm not. I'm introducing something that you really want.
After you untie me, then you can die.
Yeah, but of course I'm kidding. I don't actually think you're picking on me. But it is funny as hell how it's always fucking me.
Yeah. Well, 2 it was actually your fault. This one I was like slightly picking on you just because I needed some DC. It was a DC 25 Constitution save. So you were close enough that I was just like, I'll make sure just like 80% works, and he's like able to wake up to hear that. To kind of give some foreshadowing, because you're like, no.
That's pretty funny.
So we will end the session there.
Cool.
So who thinks I'll be able to patch things up with my son? At the rate I'm going.
I'd say I'd give you a solid maybe 3 out of 10.
How
you might
funny
have
will
to
it be
punch-
if I die because of him?
You might have to punch him in the head a few times.
So the next game is gonna be
It's
16th.
Oh, hold on. I get one additional skill. I get one additional skill rank each level.
Yeah, you gain
human, yeah.
your intelligence plus like an X amount. So
Your
clerics,
so
intelligence,
it's-
your
My
class,
intelligence
and
is
then
10, so I don't get any bonuses from intelligence, but clerics get 2 per level, and then apparently because I'm human, I also get another 1 per
yeah,
level.
you can get an extra skill point or an extra hit point.
Okay, hang on. Okay, so hold on. Let's see here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have 12 ranks. Is that right, or is that too much? Or is that not enough?
Your 6th level, you get no. That's just the right amount because I think you've been
Okay.
taking HP every level.
I just been rolling the hit die and adding my con modifier every time I
Yeah,
level
so
up.
then
That's
you
what
you
you're
have
supposed to
like,
do, right?
yeah. So now you as a human you get extra skills or extra HP. So you have basically 6 points. You can either put them in skills or towards your HP, and you doesn't have to be like 6 there or 6 there. You could be like 2 to HP, 4 to skills, 4 to HP,
Okay.
2.
So I am
But
short on
that's-
skill points. Okay, so
Great, that's not a human thing. That's a favorite class bonus.
It's a favorite
Yeah.
class bonus. Yeah,
which that's part of. Oh, well then wait.
that's what I meant. I'm sorry. Gargoyle is a playable race. What?
Yep.
+4 con, -0 matchup. Advanced strength +2, monstrous humanoid. Do they have wings? They better have fucking wings. Yes!
Yeah, but they can only glide.
They can fly. They have a fly speed. Unless you meant like a
Missed that
gargoyle's.
reference.
Oh, I got it after I said it.
We should do a gargoyles campaign where the end villain is Xanatos, and he can do the Xanatos gambit. We lose no matter what.
Yeah, that is.
Oh my
Don't
god.
do that.
We are gonna call it for now, like I said. So, everyone have fun. Was that a fun session?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
definitely a good session.
Yeah.
Daedalus
Yeah,
is an
I'll-
awesome character. Just putting that out there.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
pretty cool. He's a lot more useful than Fire Singer. Sorry, but you know.
Fucking
That Fire
Grimnir's
Singer wasn't
Grimnir's
a well
exit.
designed character.
Grimnir's exit is probably like the best exit for a
Oh, I
character
love
ever.
Grimnir's exit. He's just like, don't call me.
The fact that now with Glade I've got to be constantly on edge about the boat. It's gonna be.
Hello.
As long as you keep him paid, you know.
Yeah.
Is that gonna be enough?
Hey,
That's
it's
the
very
question.
simple.
Yeah, you
I
just
don't know.
gotta keep paying him every month, and as long as he makes the payment, that boat will still be there.
He's evil. He's evil, but he's got a order. You know.
Yeah, he's got lawful.
I'm
rules.
lawful evil. Come on.
Yeah, he's he's like, as long as I get paid, I accept that contract and we don't screw anyone. But if it runs out, well, then it's free game.
There were
It's
some
like,
great
I get to
pugil
steal the
moments in the movie.
boat.
The professor definitely impressed with his his conversations.
Professor Pugil is amazing.
Julius has finally got some character motivation and plot points going through. Like,
Joyce is like, wow, that's your sword just got a major upgrade. It's like one of 4 enhancements it's got.
And like I said, the one thing holding you back is your alignment, my guy.
and I mean, auto's still auto. So
Yeah, no, because a little Julius little peek behind the old DM screen. I already know what each stone is gonna do, and I rolled which one this would be, and it ran on like it's the first one, so which was like the Holy Ancestor one. So it just was literally like luck of the draw. 'Cause by the end, when you get all 4, your fucking blade is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be like 4 different abilities, like a +4 different stats. You're like, this is why my siblings want to spend a fortune to find this and murder me.
I can't wait until they're knocking on our door.
I actually had a lot more fun playing a character who's just either buffing the party or debuffing the enemies.
Yeah.
And I thought that Daedalus was.
And I don't have to get close to do fireball or hands. I'm just like, I'm not going to move this whole round. Just
Daedalus was just
I'm
a
just
great
gonna
character.
chill here.
You
It
just have
was
to make
just-
sure
it
you
was
kill
fun.
everything before it gets to you.
I think my favorite part of this was like
I was nervous
running.
about that enemy that was in the corridor behind us. I was like, is that ever going to attack us? Like, okay, no.
The freaking cannibal child was hilarious.
Yeah. I think
What's
that
the bet-
whole
What's
whole
the
like
best? Shiwani's like, I'm going to pick it up. Like, of course.
I'm like,
Why
cool,
wouldn't
then
he?
it's gonna attack you. And then it's like it eats me. I throw it behind me to where the guards are coming.
And then the guards were in the. He left some mist there, so it was like.
because I basically was like, okay, throws like it takes out 2 guards. Like 4 guards were taken out of the other side.
Then,
And, like the Hydruses.
Missed. Small child. Ah.
I can just imagine you chasing after some guys in the sewer. You just hear ah, and it's like the crocodile just yelled out in pain. Oh, what's this thick smoke? And then a fucking child with a demonic face is hurled at you.
Like it's flying through the air, like with a razor sharp, like spinning mouth. It's just like, oh god!
What the fuck
Oh,
did we do to
fire.
deserve this? And
No,
and there's
they summon fell creatures against us. Actually, I was
And,
gonna laugh if like we had to fight and the cleric tried to cast some spell that only affects evil people on me, and I'd just be like, bruh.
Oh, he would have like channeled to like heal the group, but like
Mm.
a lot of like the foot soldiers you could kill easily in like 1 hit.
Yeah.
It just
but
would have
the
been
cleric-
like the higher end. They were like I think I said like the basically the sub bosses and the boss, like the guard captain is like a CR9, I think. The 2 underlings were like a CR4 and 6.
Yeah.
So it would have
Again,
been
4
it would have
hits,
been like
2 hits.
now that you guys were full up at HP, you would be able to like, oh, this is not going to be a problem. But, like I had originally planned that for you to be like, oh, we all have like maybe 20 HP left. We're out of spells, out of heals.
Yeah, thanks for that there,
And so we
Grimmy.
get full health, and then we also run away. Oh.
which is good because what would have happened if we fucked up in the water?
Oh yeah, that's literally I hadn't planned the magic items because I had planned that like encounter before I rolled the magic items. So that's why I was like, oh my, like I'm like a fucking course. They got like cloak of the manta ray and a bottle of like breathing.
That's
so,
hilarious.
so now the question, was it the
So that
manta ray
wasn't
cloak that you were thinking
That
I was
wasn't planned.
definitely going to want?
I was thinking the manta ray cloak you definitely want because I feel like the temptation for you to be like I can be an even better underwater warrior would have been there for you.
It was a good thought process because when I heard it, I was like, I do kind of like that. But then I thought about it, I was like, but I'm a strong swimmer to a stupid degree.
You took like the underwater fighting feat, so you don't get any negatives for it.
Yeah, so it's like I'd rather give that to someone else, and it ended up being like the right decision, just because.
And now he has
Yeah.
like a +4 strength belt and a freaking. I forget what else he grabbed.
I grabbed the health thing, so I'm immune to disease.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just disease.
That's actually really cool. That's like actually like if you roll percentiles on like minor, it's like 4. But I like when I was reading it, I was like being completely immune to like disease is really fucking good.
Especially for something that
Yeah.
eats things.
That's why I like paladins.
Yeah.
And
then what did Jesse grab? Jesse got like the Ring of Featherfall, the Boots of Winter. The Ring of Featherfall is really fucking fun.
And that's
Because like
good
I
for
just
him
cast
too.
Featherfall on myself, so I don't take falling damage.
It actually activates automatically if you fall more than 5 feet.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Which means he's gonna constantly do like the wire fighting stuff that you see like in kung fu movies.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be
He's
so,
gonna
it's
he's
so-
gonna not trigger it. He's gonna do like some crazy aerial thing where he's gonna like Jesse's gonna fucking do like a smash maneuver where you grab someone and like grip them off the edge and then don't actually fall off the edge.
Oh yeah, and some of the
Were you,
changes
like,
that made my character.
You like spike them down to the ground and you're like, and I float back to the edge to not die.
Yep.
If we're fighting something big on the edge of a cliff,
Start
you can
feather
just charge
falling and
it.
you're like, someone throw me a rope.
No, Grant, that archetype you let me take.
One?
I am the rope.
You are, yeah, because
I am the rope.
kind of skimmed it, yeah, because you took, because like I said, Jesse, like it's like I'm still like I know you can stack archetypes, but I'm still learning how to like throw up proper encounters, like to not try to murder anybody. So I'm like, let's just keep this simple enough that I'm like, oh, well, poison. Well, this thing's immune to poison. It's like, oh, but this thing can like murder a party.
So the venomous strike, I just want to take that because I don't like the knockout. It's
Yeah.
like a one-time use thing, where the venomous
Yeah.
strike is a continuous bonus I
Yeah.
can get.
So you did so basically kind of like it's like retroactively, Professor Pugil now is kind of so like what does he look like? Like what does a half halfling, half water giant look like?
So he's I'm calling him an ocean giantling.
An ocean giantling?
Yeah. So
Okay.
he's half ocean giant, half halfling. And
Again, I really would like to know the story behind that situation.
I will
That is a
tell him the
halfling.
backstory.
You ever heard of the stories of where like the mermaid saves the guy, and they share like they give them oxygen by giving them a kiss? The same thing, except like
Except it's a giant instead.
yeah, it's a giant and a halfling instead.
So he actually was born with like a deformed arm, something that actually kind of happens often when you mix races like these. And one of the things that they did for him was give him a constructed arm. So he's technically part construct now.
Which because I know you can have 2 on the limb modifications. You took grapnel arm, but which one else what other one did you take?
The other one, that's really tough choice. I'm tempted to go for limb extender for the utility.
Wait,
Yeah.
are you
but
telling
I
me you're
also like-
Bionic Commando?
Basically.
Damn it.
Yeah, so
Bionic.
there's a couple other good choices. One lets you increase your threat range to 1920. The other lets you have a critical multiplier of ×3.
So shielding
also
limb
like-
gets you AC, gives you shield bonus.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, AC only goes so far. Once we get to higher levels, I won't even want the shielding limb anymore.
Yeah.
But tight grip looks good, and flex limb might be fun, but I'm not specialized in whips or anything, so.
Yeah.
But it does give a bonus on disarm, which I am a little bit specialized in.
Yeah. Vicious blades and vicious spikes are pretty rad.
Yeah. So.
But you can only have one of them. You can't have both.
Right. Yeah. You can't stack those two.
Because that'd be fucking crazy. I dropped my crit range to 19 and 20 and also put it to ×3. What?
I mean, there's already a weapon that has those exact modifiers.
Yeah.
It's Falcata, I believe.
No, Falcata is
One of the
just
most busted
it's a
weapons ever.
it's a 19 to 20 ×2. I use it a lot when I play a two-handed fighter because they're super fucking good. They're like statistically better than a great sword.
It's a false. No, it's a Falcata is a 1920 ×3.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, you're right. It is. Looking through my book, yeah, I always weird the Falcata when I do two-handed.
But it's an
You guys are
exotic weapon,
they're
so
just-
you have to.
Yeah.
My
There's
choice
never
always
not
Elvish
worth it to
Blade,
me.
but that's an exotic weapon, so you either need to be an
Yeah.
elf or.
Yeah, or a half elf, which is why Brian has one.
Mm-hmm.
Tight grip looks pretty cool.
It
Limb
is. Yeah.
extender can be, I feel like, wild. You're just like, I just punch them like around something else. Like, can I, like, I grab this person around the corner.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, so you guys now have Professor Pugil as a member of your crew, and Blade is a hireling.
Yeah.
We'll watch your ship for you and prevent between him and everyone else on the ship. It's like it's gonna take a lot for someone to take it over and steal it.
I just imagine like someone getting on the ship and like, the ship's ours, boys, and then they go to the helm. They're like, oh, fuck, how do I steer this thing? And then they're like, oh,
It's
it
like
must be enchanted.
Glade and Mikhail crack knuckles. Want to take this one or me?
Like, it wouldn't even have to come to that. You just have Woe just like shoot up wood around the fucking steering, and it's like,
Woe
well, you're not
doesn't
going
care. He'll just like chill until he needs to come up because he's like between like Glade and
He's
Mikhail. they'll be
retired,
able
damn
to-
it! Don't bring him
He's
into this.
retired, damn it. He's just like between Glade and Mikhail, I'll be fine. Plus whoever you else get after this, because you guys, Patrick will get a couple people after this.
Well, as we've seen now, one of them in particular is going to be partially
He's
dangerous
gonna be a
towards
hard
me.
get. Yeah, so he has class levels, and his class is Swashbuckler, and his racial template is a Serpent Folk. So Patrick, he is like your antithesis, where you are Strength, he is Dex. He has like some Serpent Folk racial abilities that have like Command.
Seems to hate your
Dominate.
guts too. Goddamn.
Yeah. He hates his stupid fucking dad.
I mean,
and you
I
guys will
am.
find out why next session.
I mean, I am a deadbeat dad, and on top of that, I'm so fucking
He's
dumb.
gonna be more bad when you come back. It's like, why did you come back? For pretty lady make me feel good.
Well, that's not going to be why I came back. The reason I came back is because I know that there are people whom I could recruit here, which is probably going to be even worse.
So, Patrick, it's like, you mean you could have come back and you just, didn't?
I didn't. Well, no, I couldn't. I figured it out.
That's funny. Were you expecting to have a son?
No, my character is unaware. My character doesn't even know he's had sex.
No, but were you aware? Were you aware?
Oh, well, of course I was aware, because we talked about it.
I told you, I'm like, yeah, it'll get introduced maybe at some point. You
It was
guys...
there's no way you
a
were
lot
going
of-
to do that. There's two
Yeah,
us.
you guys got a lot of good story stuff. You guys got a lot of good magic items this session.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy to have stuff that's going to help me out. I was also happy then when we did reach level 6.
Yeah, because you went
it's
through
like-
a lot in that dungeon. Yeah.
Even bigger.
Well, I was looking through my blood rage and I'm like, oh, I get a bloodline feat. I was looking through them and I'm like, wow, I hate almost all of these. I was like,
It was
toughness.
pretty,
I'll take toughness.
It's pretty
Toughness is so
uneventful
good.
Hmm.
for a wizard, but
It was either toughness or cleave, but I was like,
next
Cleave
level
is
would
good.
be a lot more fun.
Cleave is good, but I was just like, I don't really need it with how I'm set up
For now.
for now.
And I became Batman with a flashbang sword.
You
Yeah.
literally, you are becoming more and more Batman every fucking minute.
Yeah.
And fourth level spell.
But yeah, like I said, next game will be I think the 16th. I updated it on the Roll20. If you guys ever need to check like what day is it, just log into Roll20 and like look at it. It's like day and time.
I don't
When
really
does our
think we
game
need
start?
that because
A week from now.
your sessions used to coincide with my payday week.
Gotcha.
Now they actually are on the payday week at the end of it, so it's still easy to sort of figure out where we are.
A good weekend. You're like, I get paid and it's D&D day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. I'm going to get off. It was fun playing with y'all today.
Yep.
You
I
did
gotta
some
get
things I
ready
didn't
for
expect
work
and some
soon.
things that I did. Yeah.
Was throwing the kid at the guard something you expected?
Not what I expected, but it was so fucking funny. You literally took down like 2 or 3 of them because they're like, what is this? Oh god! It's like the foot soldiers were like CR 1/4.
I just
You do like a CR like 4 thing against them, so it's gonna kill all the foot soldiers.
it was also the alligator when you're like, oh, make me a what did you
Yeah,
tell me
because
to make?
it's hopefully you and Shiwani learn. It's like, hey, sometimes it's good to have someone scout out the area, do a couple perception checks.
No, the thing I'm thinking
you
is when he
were-
told me
you
to
were
make an
running, you were booking
escape
it.
artist check, and I'm like, fuck Grant, I got a -2.
You're like, I'm just gonna fucking kill it, and you
Escape
did. Like,
artist
you
is my
full
fucking
round
weakness.
attack, you just fucking like tore it apart. You're like, okay, I'm swimming.
Well, you could have tried to break its grapple.
Yeah. too.
It's like, well, yeah, but it's like I don't want to spend time doing that. And I'm just like, I should just do full round attack and just fucking
I'm
bolt.
just gonna kill it. I'm just gonna rip it apart.
It's a fucking alligator. I fucking eat these things for breakfast.
You are my breakfast. If a crocodile man eats an alligator, is that technically like a weird form of like cannibalism?
It doesn't matter. My species does that anyway. Like literally, one, I've got a video of a crocodile death rolling the arm off of another crocodile, and two, on top of that, if you look at like lizard men, like the description of lizard men, they do practice eating their dead.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Alright, y'all. Well, I'm gonna get off and get ready for bed because I have work tomorrow. Y'all have a good rest of your night, okay?
All right.
Have a good one.
There, y'all.
Catch you
Have a
later.
good one.
Hi, bro.
Peace.
See ya.
All right. So I mean, I guess I should end my stream at this point. But I don't know.
Yes.
There's been good shit being said here. But we'll
Mhm.
call it.
We
Yeah.
could talk about insertables for a moment.
What? Actually, there was one thing that I almost did. I almost said that Shiwani and Professor Pugil were doing the Titanic thing at the front of the boat.
Oh no.
Just bonding. Building the bromance.
It's guy love.
Alright, we end it there.